Cesare Beccaria was an Italian essayist who wrote on crimes and punishments in 1764. He believed that criminals were treated inhumanely and that capital punishment and torture should be abolished. He is rightfully remembered as the father of criminal sociology and an early voice for the abolition of capital punishment. He was enthusiastic about the humanist viewpoint of the Enlightenment and joined intellectual groups. These groups waged war on narrow-mindedness and religion, bureaucracy, the economy, and even on their own contemporary intellectuals. It is through these groups that he became acquainted with the thoughts of the Enlightenment authors such as Hobbes, Diderot, Montesquieu, and David Hume. He wrote whatever was assigned to him by friends. His first publication, his friends asked him to critique the savage contemporary criminal justice system in Milan. He had no knowledge of this subject, but received a lot of help from members of the group. One friend was researching the history of torture. Another friend held the official protector of prisoners position in one of the Milan prisons. He analyzed and elaborated on the topic, and his work was published in what became famous on Crimes and Punishments in 1764. His original study brought many unpleasant factors to light about the Milanese justice system. He pointed out that prisoners were treated in an appalling and inhumane manner, as if they were no better than animals. Both sexes, young and old, were housed in one filthy compound without sanitary facilities and rarely with any bedding or sanitation. Legal counsel was hardly permitted or available, and criminals were tortured to obtain confessions. He thought the judges had too much arbitrary power and believed sentencing was too often tied to bribes that resulted in lighter sentences. He advocated the abolition of capital punishment, especially for lesser infractions. He also thought that the punishment should fit the crime, and that sentencing should be used as a deterrence. He wrote that there were no bad people, only bad laws, and believed crime could be prevented with education. No one had ever written about the criminal justice system before, so this thesis was groundbreaking work. The Enlightenment influences of Montesquieu is noticeable throughout his writing. All of these ideas were contrary to popular belief at the time, so the timid author, afraid of political problems, had the book published anonymously. However, once the book was well received by the government and the public, he claimed authorship. It was immediately translated and published in many languages. The work was acclaimed by enlightened monarchs such as Maria Theresa and Catherine II. Enlightenment philosophers such as Voltaire, Jefferson, and John Adams all used On Crimes and Punishments in their own literary works. He became an international celebrity at the age of 26. France in particular welcomed On Crimes and Punishments. He was invited to Paris to meet with Enlightenment intellectuals who had influenced his writing. He accepted the invitation, but his quirky personality clashed with their very worldly lifestyles. He did not enjoy the role of the celebrity. He cut his visit short and left only after a few weeks. From 1768 to 1770, he served as chair and lecturer of commerce and public economy at a school in Milan. He earned a solid reputation as a pioneer in economic analysis. In fact, his economic ideas such as supply, population, connections, and division of labor foresaw the ideas later advocated by Thomas Malthus and Adam Smith.